Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Michał and this is Star Parade. This is my channel and you probably clicked because you saw either this beautiful, amazing thumbnail or you saw a word Flosstube on the bottom. But if you're here by accident, please feel free to stay and hang along, and welcome back if you are, someone that been here before, and if you've been here before you probably know what to expect or not. Welcome back and hello everyone. This is Flosstube number 29 on 29th of November. We've got Tuesday today and it's pitch black outside. I just came back from work, ate my dinner, and I decided that it's time to film a Flosstube because I've got a couple of things that I would like to show you. Yeah, so how have you been? Tell me in the comments, because I'm genuinely curious. How is your day? How is your life? What are you stitching on? Who's your favorite designer? Selfish plug, I know. There is this time I don't have really any life updates except that I'm home alone for a week because my partner had to go for his mandatory training to the States and he's gone for a week. That's why you are seeing this video a little bit early than you might have thought. So yeah, I'm here. I can already see some of you typing that he should probably go out, go for his mandatory trainings a little bit more often so you have more videos to watch, if you are that involved in my life. But yeah, I would like to thank everyone that subscribed since my last video. There's been a few people that kindly hit the subscribe button. I would like to thank you so much for choosing me as part of your life and entertainment. And I would like to also thank very, very warmly to people that decided not to click unsubscribe button after the last video. Thank you so much. My thoughts and heart are always with you every second of my life. I've got back to the main topic of the video. What is my channel all about? It's mainly about cross stitch, but sometimes I tackle different forms of crafts. But this particular video will be entirely about cross stitching and will be focusing mainly on me. Because I've designed a few things. I finished a pattern that I was working on. It was my own design, so I would like to show you that in a minute. First, I would like to present a work in progress that I was working on since last time we saw each other. I was working on the How Does Your Garden Grow by Caterpillar Cross Stitch, and I did a little bit progress on it, not too much, just a little bit more, and then I decided to tackle something completely different. So this project landed on my stand right after I finished my own design because I needed a little break from my own creations, but it just landed there for about 2 to 3 days, and then I started working on something new, which I will show you in a second because it's no longer a mystery or a secret. So I'll show you how does your garden grow progress. So as you can see, I finished the fence, and that happened last time we saw each other, but you haven't seen the pond, and I don't know if you'll be able to see that properly, but let me just swoop in a little bit closer. Let me get my trusty old board behind the stitching. Maybe that will help it a little bit. But there's just 2 rocks over there, and pond, I think it's fully complete. No, it's not. I lied. But you have place for 2 lily pads, and I've made some progress on that. I think it's around 300 stitches, maybe a little bit more. It was a little bit monotonous, to be honest, and if I'm being honest, I am a little bit tired of this pattern entirely. It is not a bad pattern at all, don't get me wrong. I still like most of the things how they look. There's few things that I would change if I started it over again. For example, overalls of the gnome and water from the watering can and probably water from the pond, because they are a little bit too similar to the fabric that they chose for this. This is called for fabric and called for DMC colors. But yeah, I could probably do some backstitching if I really wanted to make the overalls and blues pop in it. But I think that it's fine as it is for now. And I will continue working on it because I just want, at this point, I just want to finish it. And but I don't know if I am going to do that this year because I have other plans that magically appeared. I will get into them in a second, I promise, because I have things to show. Yeah, so that was my work in progress. Let me just pack that up neatly because I don't really want it to get lost in my crafting room because it's a mess, to be honest. Next thing coming up, it is a finished object, and this is something that I really wanted to show you. If you follow me on Instagram, you already know what it is. It is my next bigger design. It is a Griffin sampler, and it was inspired by my fantastic voyage to Greece, and specifically Crete. We visited island of Crete, and we visited Knossos Palace, and it was an amazing experience. If you don't know what Knossos Palace is, it was supposed to be, according to myths, a place where the Minotaur was kept captive in a vast labyrinth somewhere in the area. It wasn't really explained where, but there's this amazing palace. I mean, it's ruined, but they are slowly building it back and renovating it. But it was amazing experience. I've seen so many beautiful pottery, the mosaic fresks on the wall. So I've just took a massive amount of pictures and decided to design a sampler based on that. But even if you are not familiar with the place, it is still a beautiful piece. I designed it specifically to correlate with the Black Sampler November, and it is stitched on 32 count Belfast Silvery Moon linen. And excuse me, I'll have to get out of the frame for a second before I show you that, because I forgot the name of the floss, but you can still hear me because I have a microphone attached to me. Ha, how clever am I? I'm back. So I used Simply Shaker, a sample of threads by Gentle Art in color Wrought Iron. And yeah, the design is not too big, to be honest, but it's over 1300 stitches. 1300 stitches, of course it's over 1300 stitches because it is 13,000 stitches and a little bit above, but I will show you how it looks. It has an amazing frame, and this is how this beauty looks like. And everything that you can see was inspired by the palace itself or the beautiful artifacts that they found in that palace. So it is one of my favorite pieces that I've stitched and designed, and it is an amazing thing to remember the Knossos for, because I might probably frame that and treat it as a like a little memoir or souvenir from the from our trip to Greece. So this griffin that you see in the middle, it was painted on the both sides of a throne room. So the throne was in the middle, and griffins were painted like next to the throne on each side, facing the throne. And this peacock was part of the mosaic that I saw retrieved from the palace. These motifs, this motif here also is part of the mosaic. And snake, it is an animal that was worshipped there, actually, because there is it's been like treated like a mystical creature. They don't have venomous snakes there, so people didn't fear them at all. And we have some lilies over here and over here, which was one of the symbols of the palace. And these two motifs are very closely correlated to the type of clothing and ornaments on their clothing that people were wearing during that period. This bit over here is and this bit over here are based on beautiful pottery that I've seen in the palace. And this beautiful butterfly is a little snippet or segment from a different kind of fresque that was listed there. And I hope to release another pattern based on that particular painting, because I feel like this one deserves their own pattern, and maybe I will be able to soon design it and release it, and of course stitch it, because it was so beautiful. So this whole thing, I don't know, do I have any piece of paper? Could probably use that. No, I cannot. So I've designed, sorry, let me rephrase that, because it's been a while. It's been a while. So I've designed this pattern. The size of this pattern is specifically thought of to fit a particular frame. If you are, thinking about framing things, it is easier to stitch a pattern that will fit most of the frames and a frame that it's widely available. So I decided to do that. All the sizes and how many flosses do you need and which frame would this beautiful pattern fit, it is listed on my Etsy. I don't remember it from top of my head. It's been several days. It's been actually since my last Flosstube, since I touched this one. I'm sorry that it took me a while to present that to you, but I am so excited to have it finished. I said I might frame that because I want to take it. I'm still debating, because I want to take it to the Stitch Basel next year and display it next to the available patterns for purchase, because I'm going to be there. I'm going to sell my stuff. Self-promotion is very important, and now it's secured in my little tube that is totally too big for. And yeah, so tell me what you think about my pattern, because I am genuinely interested and I would like to hear your feedback. Next thing I would like to show it is my new releases. I've released 2 new patterns, basically, except that, this is like third one, but technically it's first. But I have 2 more releases on my Etsy shop, and they are both Christmas/winter related. And I would like to show you how they will look, because I haven't stitched them just yet. I'm getting to it. So the first one, it's called simply Santa's Favorite Hoe. And it is a little bit playful with the jokes and a little bit adult oriented. If your children are watching it, they'll probably ask questions why this is such a PG, not PG, R-rated thing. Sorry, my nose is very itchy, but that's apparently common Flosstube thing. So this is how it should look when it's fully stitched and framed in a beautiful golden frame. And I love it, and I will 100% stitch that after I'm finished with my other one. The reason behind this pattern is very simple, because I heard the phrase somewhere and I thought I need that on my fabric spelled out with some flosses. So this is fully fully supported by DMC threads. It is not supported, but I use DMC threads to design this, so it doesn't need any special threads, or there's no specialty stitches in it. The whole pattern, it is 151 crosses by 151, so it is a perfect square. And I see that specifically being stitched on a t-shirt. So if you have a soluble Ada big enough to hold this pattern and give you enough room to stitch on it, I would definitely choose to do that. If you are obviously interested in the pattern itself, but I really love it, and I will 100% stitch it. Just watch me. I'm gonna stitch it after I'm finished my other design, which I would like to show you right now. So this is my other design, my third design, and this is my second Christmas/winter oriented design. It is called Winter Tapestry. Let me just zoom in a little bit so you can see it better. And this is how it will look like, with a beautiful house during the night, or a snow, who knows. Some reindeers, a little bit ornaments, and Christmas lights, some alphabet. Here we have some motifs, snowflakes, birds, snowman, and some more snowflakes, and that's how it ends. Someone told me that they remind them of like Norwegian regions or Scandinavian regions, especially with the blue. And this pattern, it is obviously something that you would put on a bell pull, and that's how I decided to name it on my Etsy shop, that it is a tapestry with a vertical tapestry and / a bell pull, so you can technically finish it as a bell pull, but I don't think it is narrow and long enough to be treated properly as a bell pull, but I will, no, it's your call if you want to. And I actually started stitching on it, so I'm close to 40%. And the way I've charted this pattern is that I intended to use metallic threads with it. And obviously, if you know anything about metallic threads, you know it is a nightmare. That's why in the software itself, I decided to blend threads with the metallic. So I decided to pick a close color, the closest color I could find in the DMC palette to this specific, metallic thread. So it should technically make this whole process easier. You can just use the listed DMC, which is non-metallic, to stitch it if you prefer. But I decided to torture myself a little bit, and the results, oh my gosh, I had a little bit of like concern about blending metallic and normal DMC, because it will help, the normal DMC will help with the structure of metallic. It won't fray or break as easily, but also will take out a little bit of the shine and shininess of the metallic DMC. But thankfully that wasn't the case. You can still clearly see the shine and beautifulness of the metallic threads, but it doesn't, it's not that difficult to stitch as with only using the metallic threads. I said metallic threads too many times now. Let me show you my progress. It is almost 40%, and as you can see, I've already finished the alphabet and some ornaments and Christmas lights, and now I'm focusing on birds. And I don't know if you can see the shine of them. Maybe if I use my torch, maybe that'll help on my phone. Huh? Will that help? That should help. Huh? See the shininess, how beautiful it is, and I really do love it. I will probably display it using a pants hanger from all of the things, because this is one of the things that I would like to finish, but I don't want to finish it because I want to take it with me places and show people how it looks stitched up close, if I have you know, possibility to do that, because I think most pieces look completely different, or and obviously much better when they're stitched instead of being like computer generated mock-up. And yeah, so that's my plan. I want to finish this as soon as possible. I won't be able to finish before December starts, but I hope to finish it either in the first or the second week of December, so, or beginning of the second week of December, so I can start on my other pattern, and that will be my Christmas stitching. So I'm really curious what you think. If you are curious about the fabric that I've used for this, I have this thing. It is a fabric that has been gifted. That was gifted to me by one of my friends in from Texas, Lindsay. If you're watching that, hi, thank you so much for fabric. And as you can see, it's being loved and used. So it is 32 count Murano carry in ice color. This is how it looks like. As you can see, it's not that expensive. It's only $6, and that's how you can see it's been purchased in in States. But it's still Zweigart, so you know, I'm pretty sure it's available in Europe as well. But yeah, and I think those two colors complement each other beautifully, and I cannot wait to finally stitch that. And I'm pretty certain that before we see each other next time, it'll be completely done and finished. And that is all regarding stitching. I would like to throw in some shout outs, specifically to two of my friends on Instagram and YouTube. First one is Stitch Ilonka, which she convinced me to change one of my patterns. It's the one with the pride flags. So I've changed it in such a way that now you can stitch it either in English or in German. I think I talked about it before, didn't I? I'm just repeating myself. And she was kind enough to stitch one of my models, and she's currently working on one of my models. This is also her model, and this is also her design. She is co-designer of that pattern because she is in a tough space and a tough life situation right now, bless her. And she was feeling a little bit down, and she offered, hey Michał, you know, I want to take my mind out of things at the moment. Do you have any models that you want me to stitch? And I thought about it because I have another person stitching. She's supposed to stitch one of my models, and she said that she will. I send her the pattern, but I haven't heard anything in a while. That should I just send her that so she can stitch it for me? And then I had like a brilliant flash of idea that listen, you are in tough space at the moment. What is that you would love to stitch that will help you and, you know, cheer you up? What I can design something specifically in mind, so with you specifically in mind, so you can stitch whatever makes you the happiest. And we came up together with a pattern which is currently being made, and it's over 30% done, and Ilonka is like flying through that pattern. She's like soaring like an eagle in the sky. So thank you so much for that, Ilonka. And as soon as that pattern is stitched, will be listed on my shop, and she will be able to, you know, show it off in its full glory and finish it however she loves. Thank you for that, Ilonka. I really do appreciate that you're stitching something that I designed. Uh, and the other person I would like to shout out, it is Ashley from Yas Stitch. Sorry, you have to do that. Da 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 da. You know what I'm talking about. Oh, have you started watching Wednesday? I'm on episode 3, but we had to stop because my partner went for his mandatory training, so I'm waiting for him to come back so we can continue watching the Wednesday. It is amazing, and I cannot wait to see what happens next. But I am a faithful person, so I will not watch episode 4 until my partner comes back. Back to the point. Ashley, thank you for your continuous support. And he is stitching one of my patterns at the moment, the Athena. And I really do appreciate that. I mean, when I designed this pattern, it was mainly for myself because I got so inspired by Greece that I really wanted to design something that will remind me of that place. I'm still not, I still haven't stitched it, but it's out there. I will do that eventually, but I've got so many ideas and so many plans. I have like 3 to 4 different pattern ideas, but I simply don't have time to either stitch it all or chart it because I have work to do and I need money to survive, unfortunately. But yeah, I had so many like design ideas and plans, but they all fall through somehow. I had an idea for a companion piece for my Quacker sampler, but the thread that I've requested wasn't delivered just yet. So, and it's been like 3 to 4 months. So I don't know what to do really because I don't really want to start designing before I have the thread. Or maybe I should just do that and buy the thread on my own, but I've been offered to get the thread for releasing a big design. So, well, I don't want to get into details of that, but I will have to probably reach out to that person and see where the things are going, or maybe there's a problem with a delivery to Europe. I don't know, but I will love to design that, and I don't really know what to say. Enough me talking. I don't have anything else to update or show you, unfortunately or fortunately. I would like to wish you all the best and have a lovely night or morning. Who knows where you're watching that? And I will see you soon enough. Well then, take care. Bye. Don't be a stranger.